Hi everyone. Today's video is all about what to pack in your personal carry-on bag, the one that fits under the seat in front of you to make a long haul flight, or if you're having several flights that are considerable length. Add a little touch of luxury to your long haul flight. So this isn't about effective packing in the carry-on bag that goes in the overhead compartment. This is about your personal carry-on bag and some must-have items that are tried and true for me. We are about to head out on international trip, and so it involves several flights, and so I like to be comfortable. The one thing is that I can really only afford economy seating, so I don't have the luxury of business class or even the more spacious area in like premium economy or things like that. So I am back in economy, but I like to make the trip as fun and as comfortable as possible. So these are my tried and true things. So the first thing that I definitely start with in my personal bag is I have a tried and true where I keep my passports. So this is a zippered little pocket book, and I put all the family's passports in it, and I'm in charge of the passports. We also put our airline tickets in there, and I am able to grab this out of my personal bag very quickly, and I know that everything's in there. So that's number one, and that's just for peace of mind, and it works very well. So rather than having all of the passports separately and things like that. I have a few other must-have items that are actually a little bit boring, but they're very important to me. So I have a little pack of Lysol wipes, Lysol on the go, and that's easy to slip in there because I actually do like to clean my seat, and I clean my tray, and I clean the TV that I'm watching, and it gives me a little bit of peace of mind. And I pull that out right at the beginning. We can clean our family seats and then we're good to go. It is surprising when you use a Lysol wipe what shows up on it. So I've actually made this a definite must-have in my personal bag. It's interesting because we're going with Air Canada and they don't supply them, and I've actually flown with other airlines, and when you walk on, you can take a wipe. They have them individually packaged, and then you can grab them and clean your seats, but Air Canada doesn't offer that, so I bring my own. The next thing is that I do pack, look how thin all of these things are. So they're very easy and light. So this is just a personal mask, and I actually don't find that I need it for germ reasons, but it's actually more so if I'm going to the bathroom on a plane or sitting close to the bathroom and feel like I need to mask a smell. So I have that mask, and actually I rarely use it. So I like to have it there though, just in case. You never know what's going to come up on a plane. I chew gum during the takeoff and the landing, and it's actually just really helpful, but also it's a little bit fresh during the flights as well. So I always have some gum. Another thing, and I've talked about this in another video, is my compression socks. So I definitely wear compression socks on every flight. I wouldn't wear them on a 2-hour or less flight, but anything over that, I'm wearing my compression socks. And these are just plain white ones, and they fit on really nice, and they're comfortable. They're actually comfortable once they get on. A bit of a luxury item is that I pack slippers. So these are just easy little slip-on slippers, and I take my shoes off and I put my slippers on, and it does add a little bit of comfort and luxury during a flight. And they're very light in your backpack, and they're easy to slip on. Another thing that people talk about, and I actually like the idea, is a nice little silk or satin eye mask. And again, super light, super thin, can easily go into your personal bag. So people talk about noise reducing headphones. So you can, if you like the big headphones, then go for it. I usually just bring my AirPods. And so I have my AirPods here. I make sure they're charged, but an interesting and fun new item that actually I won't go anywhere without is the AirPod holders. So this goes around your neck like this, and you just put the little stem of the AirPod into each of these, and then they stay around your neck. This actually has a magnet attached to it too, so when you're packing it in your bag, it can magnet together so they stay easily accessible, and you never lose your AirPods, because oftentimes they will fall out. And I've had people's AirPods fall on me, on my lap, and have to return them and things like that. And it's never happened to me with these. So These are super affordable, and I got mine in a pack of 4 and it was super, super reasonable. So consider getting those for your flights in the future. So also with your electronics, I'm always sure to put in my charge cord, but I make sure that it's a USB one. So it has to have the USB, because what I've noticed on the airlines and then also in the airports is that they provide USB or plug-in, but USB, they're actually easy to find, but a lot of people don't have the USB end to their charger. So I've made a point of getting USB so that I can charge my phone, I can charge my AirPods, I can charge everything right on the flight and or in the airport. Just another thing, obviously I bring my phone, but I take some time to download movies and maybe series, because twice when I've been flying is the TV that I had access to was actually didn't work. It just didn't work. So I was not able to watch any movies or anything that were provided by the airline. And then also fairly recently, I didn't like the selection. So I was like, I'm going to take some time before, load up my phone, and then I was able to watch some series and movies that I actually had wanted to watch for a long time. So I wasn't short on entertainment. Also bring, now I've made my own. So these are little inhalers. Now this one is the sweet orange that I made in another video, and it still smells so good. So you can make these yourself, and they don't have liquid in them. They have almost like a little sponge applicator that you put it on. So you can pack one of these. They're tiny. It can go in your bag. It helps with any scents that you're smelling on the airplane, or if you're going to go to the bathroom or things like that and somebody's been in there before you. So there's a different one here. I'm just showing you some options. You can purchase them. This one smells a little more medicinal. And then this one was new, is the Vicks Vapo inhaler. Now this one's really strong, so if you feel like you may need it, this is a strong one that you could bring, and it also helps to keep your own nasal passages clear and things like that. This is a game changer, because I've had some experiences before where I didn't plan ahead, and unfortunately it was not pleasant, the flights. So these are real game changers, so I really recommend them. Just bringing one, but I'm just showing 3 options. A little more of a luxury item is eye masks. So again, look how all of these things are so thin, but they pack a punch. So these eye patches, you just open them up and you can put them under your eyes. So for a long haul flight, or when you're almost reaching your destination, you could put these on, and you could do this in the airport too, just to give your eyes and your face a little refresh and a little wake up. But they do provide a little bit more of a luxury feel, so I would probably throw a couple of those into my bag. For when you're approaching the landing or in an airport, I put in a small, now this is tiny, and it's a small cream perfume. Oh, it smells so nice. So you're allowed to have that in your personal bag, and so you can apply that after you get off the airplane, so that you don't have, there's not a problem with scents and things like that. But when you've reached your destination and you want to stay fresh, you could apply a little bit of the cream perfume. And then my final item is tissues. So this one's a nice small one. I have several, and these are the small mini packs, and I always have these in my personal bag. Now, one thing is, our international destination is Morocco, so I have had these in my purse every time I've gone there, because I've reached the airport, and even at the airport, sometimes there is no toilet paper available, so I actually have the tissues in my purse or in my carry-on bag every single time I go there, so that I'm not caught in a bathroom without tissue or toilet paper. So it's a backup that I have used many, many times, and specifically for Morocco. A last little tip about traveling to Morocco, if you are, is that a lot of people suggest bringing a reusable water bottle in their personal carry-on bag, because a lot of airports have water that you can refill and take on your flight and things like that. I do not do this when I'm going to Morocco because I do not drink the water in Morocco. I'm very committed to drinking their bottled water, and so I don't want to bring a reusable water bottle when I'm not going to use it for my whole trip, and it just takes up space. So oftentimes I will stop and get a bottle of water at one of the gift shops and then bring that on my flight so that I have something to quench my thirst, and then I feel very satisfied because the rest of my trip I will not be using a reusable water bottle in Morocco. A tiny little note on snacks: I don't pack a lot of snacks. I've been burned by this before because I panic and I think I'm not going to have access to food. Funny enough, I feel very satisfied with what an airline provides, and if it's me traveling on my own or with my partner, I don't worry so much about the snacks. If I'm traveling with my kids, I'd probably give them a little bit more, like have something in my bag just in case they need it. But I do notice that once in a while I like a little sweet treat, so like a little wrapped toffee or a little caramel, something like that. It's I might do that during a flight, but bringing excess snacks, I don't actually use them. I accept the airline's pretzels or cookies, and I do take advantage of their meals. So I mean, it's always been good that if it was a super long flight, I might pack a couple of little snacks, but I have found that I've overpacked snacks before, so I've kind of cut back on that, and I haven't noticed that I've needed them. Anyway, I want to wish you the best in all of your travel, and give these a try and let me know. And then let me know in the comments if there's something that I've missed that you really like. I don't actually pack an extra blanket or anything like that. I'll use the airline blanket if I need it, but I usually wear a sweater, and then it can act as a blanket, or I can take it on and off, and I found that my temperature is actually quite fine. And I never use a neck pillow. That's the other thing. And an interesting thing is that they actually hurt my neck. I've never had benefit from them, so I just don't use them. But I'm sure that a lot of you do. So I'd love to hear some of the tried and trues that you've done in your personal bag. Anyway, I want to wish you the best in all your travels, and hopefully you can turn economy into a little bit of a luxurious experience with some of these. Thanks for joining.